Hello, my name is Diego Burchell and we're going to paint today. I felt like improvising, so we're actually going to paint on the back of the canvas that I used on the last video, on the last one. I figured it would save me money and it makes sense. Sunlight's beautiful. Well, let me backtrack. It was beautiful. It's partly cloudy this morning, at least that's what it says in the forecast. The sun kind of deceived me. It came out for a second, but now it's hiding behind some clouds, which means you're not going to be able to see much of the color, but we'll still get a nice little painting session in. The time right now is about 7:15 in the morning. I went to Lowe's at about 6 in the morning as soon as they opened because I wanted to pick up some new paint. All the paint that I use is Rust-Oleum paint. Basically, you could find Rust-Oleum paint at any Lowe's or Home Depot. I've always loved using Rust-Oleum because it's what I'm familiar with. Ever since I was like spray painting the bottom of my skateboard when I was in 5th grade, I've always used Rust-Oleum paint. I did get these gloves because we might be getting a little messy today, and I don't really favor getting oil-based paint in my hands because it takes like 4 solid days to come off. I have pretty big hands and these feel really tight, so it's definitely going to feel weird. I'm quite curious as to how this is going to work out. But I'm going to start off with a yellow paint that I got. I passed by a really cool triangular house before I came over here, and I think that might motivate today's pattern. I don't think so because I don't really like sharp edges or triangular shapes very much. But you never know. I crack this baby open and then get to painting. I should have shaken it up a little bit more probably. So the goal here is to apply a pretty heavy coat of this oil-based paint. Let's see how it applies. We'll see, let me see. It doesn't feel that thick, but I can definitely work with this. Yeah, it's a beautiful morning this morning. I didn't sleep much last night, which is kind of why we're here so early. Just kicking the day off with some painting. I figured it'd be perfect to come out. The weather's been pretty bad, pretty bad all week long. I've been wanting to come out and just paint, but it's been windy, it's been dark and gloomy. It's kind of dark and gloomy today, but we're just making the best of it, out of it. That's all you have to do sometimes. Just make the best out of the situation that you have. Whatever situation it is that you're in, just smile and make the best of it, man. What else are you gonna do? I saw a video the other day that said that bad days are coming. Like, regardless of what you're doing today, there's always a looming bad day. Like, for example, you have family members that you care deeply and greatly about. They're going to die eventually. And when they do die, that's going to be a very bad day for you. So, given that, people that you love, it's kind of inevitable for people that you love to pass away in the future. Why pretend or why relish or dwell on things that are inconveniencing you today when they're, in the grand scheme of things, pretty small? Basically, just save your bad days because there is worse to come, I promise you. Well, I hope there's not worse to come, but it's kind of inevitable when it comes to deaths, at least. That's the way I look at it. We all live, we all die. It is a part of life. So I have this yellow going on right here. I'm gonna put more yellow over here. I just want as thick of a coat as possible. This is taking actually longer than it probably should be because it's pretty easy to apply thick coats. Just be very generous with it. Just spread it all around. Don't be stingy, I guess. I have a little fuzzy thing over my microphone, so I hope it's not, or at least I hope it doesn't sound as windy as it did the last time. These microphones came with these little fuzzy things, which is supposed to um, deter any wind noise. So we'll see. We'll just see how that works. But this feels really cool. I'm not gonna lie. This feels great. I haven't applied a thick coat of oil-based paint on a canvas in a solid minute. It's been a really long time. This is just something super fun to do. I actually have to use two different paintbrushes because, as you know, I like to paint in nature and I don't have water at my disposal to dilute the paint off of these paintbrushes. So to save time and to not save money, I just use two different paintbrushes whenever I'm using two different colors. So that's what we're going to do here today. I'm gonna throw some yellow on here as I am right now. And then I'm thinking about putting some white somewhere in the middle, somewhere along the lines. Add some nice white. And then we're going to start spray painting. Oh, and I also want to use my spackles. I have spackle tools. I still am not entirely sure what they're called. I'm gonna have to look it up so I stop wandering my thoughts as to what this tool's called, but you basically use this spackling tool to spackle drywall and basically to join two pieces of drywall together and make them flush with each other in a house. You use this spackling tool. Here's my Rust-Oleum white oil-based can. We're gonna give it a solid shake. And then get my other brush too. Open that baby. I think my favorite kind of can to open are tennis ball cans, largely because of the way that it's compressed and the way that it smells. Okay, so we're gonna be generous with this white as well. I'm trying not to blend it into the yellow, or at least that's the goal, because I'm using a separate paintbrush. Well, it's gonna inevitably blend in, I guess. I'm just gonna try to mitigate that as much as I can. So, there we are. You can already see it kind of blending a little bit. I hope I don't get any notifications. I record this on my phone because it's just easiest, for me at least. I don't know how to be all fancy with cameras, and I'm barely starting to use this microphone, so it's gonna take me a little time to kind of ease this whole production because I love making videos. I do enjoy coming out here and painting without making videos, but I just find the editorial process to be so fulfilling. And I also love to re-watch my videos and just, they kind of put me to sleep. And they're really peaceful to edit, but mostly I just like to go back and watch videos that I make because it's just fun. It's really fun. It's fun to just tap into your creative outlet, you know? If you enjoy creating anything, something, or if you're just like a creative person, I think it's really, really special, or it's really important, rather, that you tap into that drive, that creative ambition, as often as you can, because it's easy to stray away from creating things. In the busy world that we live in today, I feel like there's always something else you can be doing. You know, like right now I can definitely be doing other things that are certainly more productive, but for the sake of my mental being, my mental health, it's kind of imperative that I let my mind wander a little bit from time to time. Some people go to therapy, some people go on long car drives, I like to go on long drives, but I find painting, or not even painting, just building anything too. I love to build things. I find it to be really therapeutic and just allow my mind to wander. I think a wandering mind is a mind that's at ease. So first, I'm going to start with green. Green and yellow were actually the school colors for the first school district that I went to. Let me see what we're going to do. That looks really cool. Yeah, I went to a school called Sycamore. School called Sycamore in Cincinnati, Ohio. First school district that I went to. And I don't know, what's your opinion? Whoa, this paint is just kind of dissolving away in the thickness of the oil-based paint. That's pretty interesting. You saw how quickly it just disappeared. Let's see if it continues to do the same. Yeah, it appears so. That's kind of the danger, not danger, but that's the thing about applying such a thick coat of oil-based paint right off the bat. It can just not allow the spray paint to properly adhere. It takes a little while to drip, and then as I spray it, I feel like it kind of makes it drip a little bit more because I'm adding more paint on top of it. It's pretty interesting. I told you I was going for a drippy look today. Definitely wanted this to be as drippy as possible. Seems as though I may have gotten carried away in the drip. Man, that's pretty weird. Let me see if I have some black paint. I definitely do. I don't see myself recovering from this though. My goal usually is to completely cover the original oil-based paint, but that's clearly not going to happen. This looks really cool too. This does look really cool, and I think if you look a little bit closer, there are some really cool fine details that I'm actually enjoying right now. So yeah, we're going to continue to apply as much spray paint as I possibly can. Let's try some pink. Because the real fun is when I get my spackling tool. That's what I'm really looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to that. It's just so much texture that I get sometimes with the spackling tool. Okay, so this pink color seems to not be dissolving as much as the other colors have been. I'm gonna throw some red. Let's see how this red does. I think red is the first color that we started off with. Yeah, this red just wants to disappear on me. It doesn't even want to stay for longer than a second. That's really funny. Am I just wasting my paint at this point? I think so. It just looks so cool. I really like this. Oh, this looks so cool. Okay. I think this looks really messy, and I really like how it has this messy look. The name of this color is grape. It's not purple. I think that's pretty cool, naming the color of paints after fruits rather than just, you know, their generic color. I saw a video the other day. It was so adorable. It was about this elderly man, and I think he was a veteran, and he just loves to collect crayons. And he had been searching for a specific crayon color for like his entire life, and he finally found it. And it was just the most adorable thing to watch. I think he found it at like the Salvation Army or Goodwill or something. So this is the tool that I've been talking about, my spackle tool. I'm about to create some kind of pattern right now. And let's see how this happens. Let's see how it works. I need to make sure my canvas is tightened onto my easel. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of go with the flow. Interesting. That's pretty ugly, I'm not going to lie. It's ugly. But boy, does it feel cool. I mean, I hope you can hear this, but this is just a very, very intimate experience. So much texture. Yeah. Finish right where we started. That looks super cool. It's just very, very drippy. And I don't inherently see anything wrong with how drippy it is right now. But it kind of makes me want to just let it sit for a while. Or maybe not. Maybe we should just keep spreading. Just keep this thing moving around. I don't know if I'm going to just farther wow, that feels great. That feels really cool. Yeah, as you can tell, I called this ugly earlier. I don't particularly try to make anything specifically beautiful, or I don't even consider myself an artist by any measure. I just like to tap into this small portion of creativity that I get to tap into when I do this. And I do encourage anyone to do the same, especially if you can be in nature and further connect your relationship with the one and only beautiful Mother Nature. I just want to keep using this spackling tool. Go a little faster too. It's starting to create some brown colors. Brown and green colors. And it's staying white around the area that I painted white. I'm going to try to spread this white out onto other parts of the canvas. There we go. A lot's going on. This is very hectic with all these colors. Very, very hectic. I like it. I just got more paint on my shoes. I don't know if you could see my boots, but these boots, I've been wearing these boots since I first started doing this. You know what, for the heck of it, I want to spray some green paint on here. Just given that, you know, I did kind of spread all this paint around just a little bit. There we are. I guess I have to keep on going. Oh, this is a funny story that I would love to share right now. I don't know if you can tell, well, I hope you could. I don't know if you pay attention, rather, that's what I meant to say. But anyway, I went to the barbershop to get a haircut. Long-awaited haircut because my hair was growing out quite a bit. And I told her to just cut some hair off the sides she ended up chopping all my hair off the top. I had my eyes closed because I love getting my hair cut. It's super, super relaxing for me to just close my eyes and just let whatever happens happen, but I kind of made the mistake of doing that, and she ended up cutting off nearly all of my hair. I opened my eyes and all my hair was gone. I didn't say anything. She was such a sweet lady, so, you know, I still tipped her. But yeah, just thought I'd share that. I don't necessarily take things so seriously at times. I feel like there are some people who would just allow that to ruin their day. I'm definitely not one of those people, and I think that's why I wouldn't do well if I was in law enforcement or any kind of serious position. I feel like I just let a lot of things slide because, you know, hair always grows back. Hair always grows back. So this is definitely a lot messier than I really wanted it to be. And it's taking a lot longer than I actually wanted. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. It does look nice, but definitely not what I was going for. Certainly not what I was going for. This is advanced exterior sealants. You basically use this on windows. I clearly don't. Yeah, there we go. I use it for quite the opposite of a window. But this feels so tactical, and if you ever get the chance to apply a bead of sealant on a window or anything, really, I encourage you to do so. So I don't even know if this is going to adhere to the canvas right now the way it is, but we're going to give it a try. This is, I'm pretty sure the area that I was hearing gunshots is a shooting range, an outdoor shooting range. So I'm totally fine, but I definitely do have to be pretty diligent and precautious coming out into remote desert areas and just wherever I go sometimes here in Texas, because I have gotten bullets fly past me coming out into the desert before. It's not something you really want to chance, you know, take the risk doing that. It's getting pretty windy now. Not as windy as the last time that I came up here though, so I'm quite thankful for that. It's actually pretty chilly outside too. I had brought a jacket, but I don't want to get any paint on the jacket that I wore, so I just left it in the truck. And here we are, freezing our butts off while we paint. How lovely. This feels great. This feels really cool. I'm applying a lot of pressure because the way that I cut the tip or the nozzle of this, I cut it in such a way where it has a pretty large opening, which means I can just press this really hard against the canvas, and sometimes it gets a little clumpy. I still have yet to completely dial this process in, to completely figure it out, at least. But this part is just so rewarding to me. I love this part. Sometimes I like to move fast, sometimes I like to move slow, sometimes I like to do a little bit of both. Today I think we're doing a little bit of both. I think my inspiration for this part is the flowers in the background of SpongeBob. Sometimes whenever I look at these, it really reminds me of that. Yeah, we're just gonna continue on with this pattern. Like I said, I wasn't expecting for it to come out this way. This isn't what I was initially planning on creating today, but that's what I enjoy about this. Every time I do this, it ends up coming out differently almost every single time. I'm really looking forward to summertime and the warm weather that has yet to come. I just feel like it's been so long since I've sunbathed properly. I haven't been in the sun necessarily in quite a long time. So we are almost done with this. Look at that. And we're done. We are done. And the sun is out. The sun just came out as soon as I finished. Look at that. Yeah, at first, I'm not gonna lie, I really wasn't feeling this. But the sun came out and it brought a little more color to this. So I like the way it looks. It's really green and yellow and it kind of looks, but I like the way it turned out now. And I really like how the sun just decided to come out of nowhere as soon as I finished. So that was a special treat. But thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming along with me today on this ugly paint session. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. I sure am going to. I'm barely getting my day started, so till next time.